Now that we've gone ahead and selected the skin and some of the hair, we're going to colorize this region blue using a Hue Saturation adjustment layer. Now I'm still working inside that same sample file, secondliquefaction.psd. I'm going to click on the brow and nose layer because adjustment layers affect all the layers below them. And we want to affect all the layers that contain the girl's skin in kind because we want to colorize all that skin blue. Next, I'm going to bring up the Adjustments panel by clicking on this little Adjustments icon, or I could go to the Window menu and choose the Adjustments command, or if you loaded D keys, you can press the F10 key. Now, you create a new adjustment layer by clicking on one of these 15 icons at the top of the panel. And I'm going to drop down to the second icon in the second row, which is Hue Saturation, and you can see that by the tooltip. Also, you can see Hue Saturation in the upper left-hand corner there in the Adjustments panel. And I'm going to click on this icon. Now, a few things happen. First of all, I create a new layer that affects all the layers below it. Secondly, I go ahead and convert, or rather Photoshop automatically converts the selection outline into a layer mask. And I display the Hue Saturation controls here inside the Adjustments panel. Because I'm a stickler for making sure that each layer has a meaningful name, I'm going to double-click on Hue Saturation 1 right there and rename this layer Blueness, because it is going to paint everything inside of the layer mask blue in the background. And now the change turns out to be pretty easy to invoke. You just grab this hue value, which represents the core colors inside the image, and you can move it around in order to rotate the colors to different color values. So for example, if I drag the slider triangle to the right, I'm going to green up her skin, as we're seeing here. If I drag it to the left, then I'm going to make the skin redder, and eventually I'll make her skin blue, like so. And I'm going to take this hue value down to -170. I could also change the saturation, which is going to make the colors either very intense or very drab. But in my case, I want to leave that saturation value alone. And then I could also make the image brighter if I wanted to, or darker. But notice when you do that, you make the image kind of cloudy. Either you end up creating a white cloudiness or a dark cloudiness like this. And we don't want either of those effects. Not a good lighting control here inside Hue Saturation, but a great hue control, as you can see. So -170, 0 and 0 for the other two values. And then you can hide the Adjustments panel if you like. And we have now colorized her face blue. The next step is going to be to make the shadows darker. And we're going to do that using yet another Adjustments layer in the next exercise.